Welcome back to the Homestead. You guys, it's been a while. Sorry about that. Been very busy. But I do want to come to you as we are in the midst of, it looks like, Panic 2.0. What does Panic 2.0 look like? It looks like a lot of people waiting in line for toilet paper at Costco. Okay, fine. I get it. You need toilet paper. We're freaked out. We want to do something. Toilet paper comes down the line. Before toilet paper, you must eat. Okay? Toilet paper will keep you clean. Food will keep you alive. Okay, here's the tip of the day. Go on to one of these stores like a Walmart.com. Order your toilet paper. It's going to be the same price, free shipping. You can even buy a lot of it and you're not going to look weird, and it's going to be here in 2 days. You're welcome. And then start stocking up on food, because I just think that's a little more important than the toilet paper. Now, I get it. We need to top off our preps. We do. And this message is going to be about that. But I just want to bring a little bit of rationality, because in our desire to do something, are we doing the right things? You know, prepping has been vilified for quite a while. You know, those preppers. Well, you know what? We're all preppers now. You know, yesterday, October 1st, was a massive wake-up call to many people, because you had the horrible headlines over the weekend with the hurricane that came to West North Carolina, East Tennessee, and the devastation is just biblical. Going to be one of America's most costly storms. And the human life, the images coming out, the stories of people who have perished. And, you know, I saw a little girl in a boat, and she was, carrying her little tiny poodle, little tiny dog, and the dog was soaking wet, and she just had that expression on her face. And we need to be the kind of person that's prepared so we can help the girl in the boat. Because if we're not prepared, then so what? Then we're a liability, you know? Get prepared, sure. So this message, I want to just talk about what prepping is by my definition. By my definition, if you're a prepper, you have a mentality. So when someone says like, why are you stocking up? Like, that's a little weird. Like, you can handle it because you know within your soul that preparing for a day of need is not crazy. I would articulate to you that in our day and age, prepping for a day of need is absolutely necessary. So we have the supply chain issues, which are a very real scare. It's definitely something to consider, because the ports shutting down, 1 week of the ports shut down is basically a month disruption to the supply chain. And if we continue to prolong the port shutdown, that's going to affect, everything from the railroads to trucking, but down line, it affects every one of us, because unfortunately, we decided long ago that, hey, we want to be good global citizens and let's stop manufacturing and growing stuff in America. That's a good idea. Because you know what? A port shortage doesn't matter if it's made in America. However, in our current situation, it matters a lot, because we haven't done an America first type of mentality for a long time. A lot of politicians on both sides of the aisle. So it affects you, rather you like it or not, rather that, agrees with your politics or not. It doesn't matter. We have outsourced so much of our ability for food, safety, and security. And now I think it's absolutely insane, but that's what we've done. That's the reality of it all. And so as I articulate again that we're all preppers, and what does prepping mean? Slow and consistent and methodical, rational efforts. So I get it. If you have the need to run to Walmart and to Costco and get in line for toilet paper, do it. But more important is make a decision right now that I am going to become somebody who is prepared. And what does that look like for you? Right off the bat, one of the things that we did long ago was got some backyard chickens. And, you know, we've had different egg crises, and by having backyard chickens and storing prolonged food for these chickens, you know, has given us a tremendous peace of mind. Because, you know, with the port situation, a lot of the first things that could be disrupted are going to be your perishables. We have to just be ready for that. And if you're like, you know what, we can do this or we can do that, then maybe do it. So now would be a good time to not just freak out and buy toilet paper, but maybe make a decision. You know what, let's get some chickens. I don't know. Now, not everybody can. So this message is not going to be, this is what you should do, because not everybody is in the same situation. So the one thing is that, you know, if you're watching this, maybe your kids are grown up, and maybe you're a little bit more of age and you can't do some of these things. So prepping for you is going to be different. Most likely you have a lot of skills that need to be shared with the younger folks. So do it. Now, something I will say, so this is to some people who are really wanting to step into some other ideas for prepping. You know, if you go to the playlist on my channel, Manti Homestead, and you look at my meat rabbit playlist, you're going to see different videos about my rabbit colony. So rabbits are a crazy efficient way to supplement your family's protein needs. Now, you need other proteins and you need other food. I'm not saying you're going to sit around and eat rabbit all day, folks. But to be able to have supplemental protein for your family in a backyard situation, it doesn't take much. You know, this pen is fairly small. We have 7 mothers. We have a buck down here that's always available to breed. And then we've got a backup buck up there in case the main buck dies. That happened before. Learned that lesson. You're welcome. So this setup, I go into more detail in some of my rabbit videos. It's just an idea. Maybe it's not for you. You know, the one thing at the first of this season that just sunk deep on my heart was that I needed to nerd out on potatoes. And so we're at the end of the season, and I'm going to be digging up our potatoes here shortly. We'll see how we did. And if I didn't do good, if I don't have big potato yields, next year I'm going to double those efforts and make sure that I am somebody who can grow potatoes. During the Depression, during World War II, you know, those people that knew how to really work the earth, they did okay. And it was pretty rough for them too. So the question is, are you going to become a prepper now and make decisions to get a skill set, to get infrastructure in place so that you can have some backyard milk goats, or you can have a mini Jersey? Can you see her? Oh, right there. Sorry. You know, those things take time, planning, effort, infrastructure. It takes corrals, it takes feeders. And I mean, if you're in the middle of a supply chain disaster, which right now is just hinting on that, I don't know where this heads. We've been here before and things subside. I hope that this is a false alarm, because it gives me more time to do so much more that is on my goal list, on my little yellow sticky notes. I survive with sticky notes. You put on a sticky note, I will get it done. And so if we do have a period of more time, I want that. I'm a pretty prepared fella, and I'm not ready. And maybe a lot of you are feeling like I'm not ready either. What I'm saying is you can use this moment where you might have a little bit of prep anxiety. I'm not ready. I'm worried about the world falling apart, the election, Israel and Iran, and oh my gosh. Well, yeah. So use that and let it work within you to be systematic in little efforts consistently and on a daily, regular basis. Small and simple means. You've heard that before? Do it. All right, so I want to show you this. So we have also chosen to have backyard mini Jersey milk cows, and we love the milk. You know, I've got five girls, 4 boys, and they're all very active, normal kids. I mean, their dad's a little weird, but the kids, they're pretty normal, and they love the milk because it's good. You know, kids these days don't even know where milk comes from. So if your kids don't know where milk come from, then, you know, there's probably maybe a little bit of room to grow, and maybe some things that you can do more on your homesteads to teach them. Because I want my kids to be survivors, baby. So I want this message to just be one of, if you don't feel like you're prepared now, and I don't feel like I'm prepared now, so maybe we're all in the same boat. Maybe now is a good time to just recommit to being prepared so that when the next crisis comes, we have a lot less anxiety. If you are prepared, you shall not fear. Guys, that's really the message. You will have so much less anxiety if you prepare. Being a prepper is not being full of anxiety. Being a prepper is minimizing anxiety because you are then in control. And all these other circumstances are not controlling your life. If you are a Christian, as I am, and if you believe the Bible, which I do, if you truly believe it, we have a lot more tribulations to go. Things are rough and they're going to get worse. But our confidence and our peace can actually increase. Now, if you cut out the practices of prepping and being prepared, then you probably won't have that promise. You can't just say, oh, think positively and magically food going to show up on your table. No. If the supply chain breaks and you're not prepared, you're going to get hungry. So what can you figure out in your life and in your daily practice to minimize that? That's my message. I'm going to be coming to you with another message, which I think will be my most important video since my Ezra Eagle video, which is basically a situation that's prophesied that is 100 times worse than the current port shutdown. And it's biblical. And I think it's going to happen within our lifetimes. Those are the kind of things that I prep for. The Holy Word keeps me wholly engaged, baby. All right, so that video will be coming up. Also, water video coming up, wheat storage video coming up. Got to have a little bit more time. If you like and subscribe, I'm just telling you, sorry, maybe I'm vain, but if I see people watching the video and if I see comments, if I feel like I'm helping you, if I feel like we're like kind of bonding together, I am so much more motivated. So let me know you're there. Like, subscribe, share it, give me a comment. If you have some ideas, put them in the comments. Other people will be blessed by what you have to share. And if you have some fears and anxieties, put that in the comments too. And other people can also respond to that. We're in it together. None of us are prepared, truly prepared for what's coming. That's why we need to get some help. All right, see you next video.